Hey everyone, it is time for cards. A little different this month. I had class already, so I'll show you what we created and had fun. It's a little eclectic. There is some birthday. There is sort of Valentine. And then there's a winter one. And then, as I promised, there is a special new card that is a lot of fun to create. So I do have, well, we'll get into it and we'll go from there. So let me get started with the first card. Now this is probably not in the order we made them in class, but you'll get the idea. So let me show you all the pieces that we have. Of course, we have our standard value pack of cards and envelopes. To me, it is a no-brainer because you get plenty and you have them on hand when you want to create and have some fun. So we're going to kick it off with the stamp of the month. And I know I kind of talked about this, but I wanted to reiterate that this stamp, this, and this little banner are all thin cuts. So is that little arrow. So see, they're all thin cuts. That alone would be why you want this stamp set and thin cut. Because these are basic designs that you can use for all different projects, okay? So this first card, we're gonna use this banner here. And I was going on a rainbow theme, and so, but I wanted to keep it winter. So I thought, well, let's do some blues. And so we have some Bluebell, we have Glacier, we have Mist, Capri, and Seabrook. Now this isn't the order they're going to go on the card, but I wanted to tell you what colors I used. And then I took a 3 3/4 by 5 piece of white daisy cardstock, and I embossed it with a snowflake embossing folder. It is retired, I believe. It is an older version. You could stamp a background with snowflakes. That would work too. But I wanted something that had some texture. And so that's why we chose to emboss, okay? And so that's going to go on your card like that. And then you're going to lay these so they come here, excuse me, here, and we're going to put Bluebell in the middle, or Bluebird, Bluebell, oh, new name, Bluebell. No, it's Bluebird, Capri, and then Seabrook. And I kind of like having Bluebell in the middle because it is not so clashy with these lighter colors, but you get that rainbow. Now you could build it the other way. You could put Glacier down here, Seabrook, swap it out. It would be fine. Whatever works for you. Personally, I think a rainbow of pink would be pretty, but snowflakes give you that winter theme. And then we took, I'm trying to find everything here that I used for class. I tried to save everything out. And I thought I had everything out, but I don't see this small stamp set that we used. Surely it's in here. Oh, there it is. I just thought this was so fun. This Winter Wishes and Snowflake Kisses. What a great different way to say happy birthday, or just that I'm thinking of you. So I wanted to play with that because it's only an A size stamp, but it gives you a nice sentiment. And so I'm layering it on the dark side, and it's just 1/8 of an inch. So just like that is how that's gonna go down. And then let me show you, here is a finished card. And then I busted out my retired stash of product and got some snowflakes, iridescent snowflakes. So when you pick this up, it gives you that. Now I could add a whole lot more snowflakes, that would be fine. You could also take a shimmer brush to these raised embossing images. It's kind of what works for you. So that is our first card, and hopefully you guys like that as much as we had, or I had, creating it. It was a fun card to create. So then I wanted to play with Love Notes, and Love Notes is a special right now that is going on, that you get a stamp set and thin cuts. You get gorgeous paper, this beautiful paper, which I've talked about before. And what I really like about the paper is it's not so Valentine-y that you can't use it for other things. You know, if someone was having a wedding this time of year with that red, oh, it would pop. But again, you get the bear, the heart, the I don't know, saying border. You get this envelope, which I can't wait to make a card with that. This bouquet of flowers and this like little seal that are all thin cuts. So this is just such a great set. And it ends at the end of February while supplies last. So you might want to think about jumping on and looking at that and see if that works for you. It is so cool. So let me show you the pieces we have here. So we're playing with the Love Note paper. So I have a piece that is 2 by 5 1/4, and another piece that's 1 3/4 by 5 1/4, and just so you can see the back side. And then I have just a 1/4 inch strip of whatever you choose to be this. Then I have a piece of scarlet, which is 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. The peach is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and then I have a white, and I busted out my stash with some other things. So let me show you, oops, not that. Let me show you the finished card. So pretty easy. We're just laying this one down, kind of tack this one a little bit, and then lay this strip down. It will be easier to build. And you're like, wait, where is that die from? Well, that is one of those stamp sets that I think people kind of didn't catch when they were looking through the book. This is called Sweet Memories. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thin cuts with this. These beautiful sayings. That camera alone as a thin cut is amazing. But I love this little filigree look to that. And they're not large. They're not so big that you can't use them. Look at that nice rectangle. That little postage or tickety look. You're just going to be able to use these for so many things. And there is, we will probably play with this again, because there is another stamp set that's fun to use with this. But this is what I use to create this little frame for the saying. And so And I used, again, busted out my stash and used a happy birthday that is just a little tiny mini, just to showcase that. Again, busted out my stash with some hearts. This is, you know, just to add that little bit of texture to it, kind of carry in that theme, and then just embellished with some itty bitty or bitty sparkles. I think they add a lot of pop to the card. So we have that ready to go. Let's see, what did we do next? Let's bring out, let's do this one. We'll do this one next. This one was playing with this stamp set and this stamp set, though you can use this one too. Oh, here, I digress. Here's the little mini, and again, it's an old one, so I'm not sure it's still available, but any little tiny words that you have. So I really liked this heart lacy look, and it gives you this. Let's see if you can see it well, but you kind of get the gist, right? It's just such pretty, and it's all by itself. It's just such a fun one because we can always use a heart. Maybe it's a get well, maybe it's a thinking of you, maybe it's a sympathy, maybe it's just a nice hello, how are you? I just loved this thin cut. And then I wanted this saying because I thought this was really fun, this heartfelt thoughts. There was different fonts and different sizes. And then this one is called Remember This Moment. And again, it is a little bit more linear, but again, different fonts, different sizes, different ways that we can look at that. So let me get the pieces out, and you're gonna laugh when you see the pieces, but it'll be fun. So this one is going to take, this is a mix-in we had in November, December, and I loved the red. Didn't really get to use it too much for Christmas, but I got to, I thought, oh, it'll be pretty for the card that I'm gonna make. And then I'm just putting, oh, I didn't tell you size, sorry. This is 2.5 by 5.5. So 2.5 by 5.5. And then I have a little scant, almost 3/8. Now, more like, yeah, probably 3/8 cut of the reverse side of that because I wanted to keep it pretty much monochromatic in the red. Then I have the white in the dots, and then 2 flowers that I stamped. Then you have a piece of white, which is 3 3/4 by 4. And then the heart is, this is what it looks like. And so when I die cut it for this, these are kits that someone has requested. And so the best way when you have an intricate cut, if you don't have the precision cutting plate, is buying unscented dryer sheets. And then when you peel these up, a lot of it sticks to that, so you're not having to poke all of those out. Hopefully that makes sense. So you've seen all the pieces of this card, and you're like, okay, so how is that gonna look? Let me show you. So this is the card. Isn't that cool? I love it. That white is to be the background so that it just pops and stands out and makes it be the focal point of your card. Now you can use whatever saying you want to use. I just did the I love you because it was right there. I also used our new wood strips, which are on page 46 of this January-February book. And so you see you have them in white, gray, khaki, or tan. And this is what you get. They're shown at 50%. So see, this one here is only at 50% of what it really is. But they're not so big that they can't be used on a card, let alone a scrapbook page. You have lots of uses for them, and I love that they come in their own color family, and it's not a assortment pack, because if that happens, you never get enough of what you need. But I really, really like these wood strips. I think they are perfect for these little, that stamp set I showed you that had the straight lines, the linear lines. This is perfect for that. So those are called wood strips, okay? So you see those. So woohoo, there is the card. Fun and easy. You can, like I said, I made mine Valentine-y, but this could actually be an anniversary card. It could be a, just, you know, just because card. I did use some more wood strips, and I stamped a couple different sayings. So see, you have my heart. That could be one. Or just for you. There's another one. So you get the gist of what we have right here for this card. Okay, so that's 3 down. So let's go to the one that is, let me grab my book again, in the Let's Party section. So I really liked this thin cut and stamp set. This is the only 2 pieces that are thin cuts, but I liked that you could use this for so many different things. They're not hooked together, so it could be happy anniversary, happy retirement. I mean, the sky's the limit. So I really, really like that, and I loved that they were different fonts. And then this stamp set, the balloons are not all that big, as you can see. They complement a page really nicely. And so I wanted to do something that, of course, they showcase this as a primary. You know, they showcase it as a primary card. And I'm not a real big primary fan, but I wanted to tweak it and make it a little bit different and let you guys think outside the box a little bit. So before I get carried away, let me tell you about these card kits. If you've never purchased a card kit before, they're worth their weight in gold. One, it's the only way you can get that thin cut, for one thing, and that stamp. The other thing is you get enough product to make 4 of each of these designs. So that's 16 cards. So that alone is wild. But maybe you don't want to make that many cards. That's perfect. You still have card material. You still have product that you can use for other things, okay? So back to me digressing and changing the color. I wanted something that was a little bit more softer, a little bit more fun, and so I chose to take Ballerina, Jade, Periwinkle, and Sage. Yes. So I have a piece of Ballerina, and it's 4 by 5 1/4. And I embossed this, and then I flipped it over because I want to use this inverted heart. So I don't have the raised on the front. I have it on the card front. And then this is what I'm going to build my card on. Then I have a piece of jade. Oh, let me tell you what that piece is. It's 3 by 4 1/4. So you have a piece of jade. Then you have a piece of the mix-in, which is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Okay, so that goes here. And then you have a piece of periwinkle, which is 3 by 4 1/4. And then you have a piece of white, which is 2 3/4 by 4. And that's what got stamped. So this is periwinkle, this is sage, this is ballerina, and then I used mink for their strings, okay? So I'm gonna set this aside so I have all that together and I don't misplace it. And this, see how cool that birthday is what the finished card looks like. So you get to see that. And so see how that changes from being a primary look to a softer version. Let me show you the primary again. I know one's catalog, one's here, but you get the look. It's the same idea. I just changed out the colors and it's the same card. Of course, you know me, it had to have a little sparkle. I did raise my wishes. This I stamped and then just fussy cut. Easy peasy. Just, and then again, used, busted out my stash and used some Bluebell iridescents. They were perfect. The iridescent ones really give off that periwinkle look. Okay, so that's 4 cards. We have 1 more to go. So this card is the one I've been waiting and waiting to showcase this card because it's just so cool and so exciting. It is called a rocker card. Now you might be familiar, if you've been around for a while, what a rocker card is. A rocker card's going to stand on its own, and you're going to start with a circle. And so I had lots of options. You had candy apple red, scarlet, or peach, and I did have some white. And these are 5 1/2 inch circles. And then you need pattern paper. And so, missing a pattern, I think. Anyway, the pattern paper, and these are 5 by 5 circles. And I cut both of those, they're a simple shape on the Cricut, and boom, you're ready to go. So that is that. So to make this card, you're actually going to want to score your circle in half. And if I remember right, I think it comes out to being 2 3/4 is the half mark. And I just used a scoring, and then you want to fold them in half. And you want to make sure they meet. So be sure and hold them here before you know, do this, the real permanent fold. And then you want to take and you want to burnish that. So let me do that really quick. I'm going to do it without scoring. We'll see how good this is. Just in case you aren't familiar with burnishing. And burnishing means you're going to take a bone folder and you're going to start in the middle and work to your end. And you want to do it a couple times. And what that does is make that be a very crisp edge so that it can rock. The card can rock, okay? So one thing you need to know about this when you're creating with this is, so I did the 5.5, so my card's gonna go this way. But maybe you wanted 5.5 this way tall, then you can only make your circle 4.25 at the most, okay? And so adjust your circle that way. Then you're going to score your paper. Let me grab one here. So this is a white one. So it's white, and then I have a piece, that circle I've cut in half, and so that's just gonna go, you're gonna adhere that down just like that, okay? And then look how cute that teddy bear is, isn't he darling? Now, remember on this, when you're going to put things that stick up, it can't go no more than 4.25 tall because this is 5.5. Otherwise, you're going to have to get a bigger envelope. So he would go there. Then I use, oops, wait, I digress. I put him down too soon. We have this fun little pop that goes there. Then let's jazz it up and add a little piece. Of course, this one would be trimmed down, so you get the gist. Now we'll add our teddy bear, okay? And then I stamped both the teddy bear and this, the outside of this sentiment in espresso. Colored this in with baby pink, and then stamped the sentiment in scarlet. And so just like that, add some sparkles. And with Love Notes, you get these puffy hearts, which he needs a little heart on his tummy. So let me show you one that is finished. And there is, see how much they change just by changing the look of the paper. You get this really cute little rocker card. I mean, I can just think of so many fun things to do with this. And then I did do another version using that candy box heart, cut out the bow, Will You Be Mine, and again, use the puffy hearts. So you get that little woo woo woo. But aren't those stinking cute? I just think they're so fun. I think they add a lot of character. And then these are the puffy hearts, and they are not very thick. And they're squishy, so they will go through the mail really well for you. So you have that. So yay, yay. And there you go, ladies. That is card class. Wasn't that fun? I mean, I think it was fun. The ladies had fun getting together. They always enjoy each other. And we would love to have you join us if you're in our neck of the woods. Come see us. If you have any questions, by all means, reach out to me. Here's my website. You can shop on there, or if you you can also get a hold of me that way too. So anyway, ladies, have a great one. I can't wait to see what you guys create. Tell your friends. Bye now.